So, just for a few of you who have not heard me, let me again say, all of you are volunteers, and the meaning of a volunteer is that you are doing this not because somebody forced you, but because you want to do something good for your school. So you have come forward to work on that day without asking for anything in return. You're not going to say, okay, I worked for so many hours, now give me money. No. But don't worry, you will be given snacks, you will be given coffee, tea and all that. We will look after you, that's a different matter. But as volunteers, I want all of you to understand that you will be working something like the way a policeman works. When you are given a volunteer's badge, you are something like a policeman in the school. You are something like the police. Okay? Which means, it doesn't mean that you have to go start hitting everybody with a stick. No. What it means is that you're going to keep your eyes open and your ears open. You're going to be very sharp, you're going to be listening, what is happening, what's going on everywhere. Because we want the function which is there on the 17th, that one day function, we want that function to go smoothly. We don't want any problems during that function. We don't want some child is lost, somebody's money is lost, or some stall had some problem, the whole thing is collapsed on the ground, or some group of rowdy kids have been running in and breaking something. We just want that everything should be going on smoothly. Everyone should be there happily enjoying themselves. So you people will be the volunteers, the police people that day with a badge. Everyone knows, oh, that's a volunteer. Oh, that's a volunteer. They immediately see you, they see your badge and they know you're a volunteer. Okay? Now, I'll quickly go over something because Ranju sir also wants to speak to you. I'll quickly go over a few points. One very important thing about a volunteer, please arrive early. Your timing has to be early, which means you have to be there at least 1 hour or whatever time the teachers tell you, 1 hour before at least 1 hour before the event starts. What time is the UTSAVA of the 17th? What time is it starting, do you know? 11. So you should be here at least by 10 o'clock. Okay. So that's very clear. And then you'll be broken up into groups and shifts and all that. Okay. Ranju sir will tell you how he'll break you up into groups. You may have group captain, somebody has a captain among you. Suppose all of you may become one group, then one person may become the captain. Another group may have another captain. Now,
I kind of having volunteer coordinators will be there.
Okay, volunteer coordinators.
I'm saying group captain.
Group captains, yeah. But you'll have somebody to report to. What I mean to say is, all of you will have to report to somebody. Report to somebody means you'll see something is wrong, something you cannot handle, just report to that person, see there's something going on. So, like every police station has an inspector, so there will be somebody who's a volunteer coordinator. Now, what do you actually have to do on that day? Think, okay? And listen very carefully to what I'm saying. What do you have to do that day? See, you all have to know where the entry to the venue is. Okay, everybody enters from there. And after the function, everybody goes out from there. You all must know which is the entry and the exit, right? You all must know where the toilets are, because if somebody says, they see you volunteer badge, excuse me, where's the toilet? Where's the ladies' toilet? You should be able to show them, right? So you all should know where the toilets are. Similarly, you should know where the first aid box is. The first aid box, because if somebody falls, somebody gets hurt, two of you will have to help that person, take that person to the first aid box, and somebody will be there, for the doctor or a nurse, somebody will be there to put the bandages and all that. But you all are the first people who should go in. A volunteer, when somebody falls, a volunteer shouldn't turn the other way and walk. That's horrible. That should never happen. Okay? So you should be there to help. So you should know where the first aid boxes are. You should know where the coupons are being sold. See, the entire UTSAVA is running with coupons, not with money. You have to go and pay your money somewhere. And they'll be using these coupons. Now there are food coupons, there is biryani coupon, there is 10 rupee coupon, there's 20 rupee coupon, 50 rupee. Now these are all being sold at some points, right? Sorry. So you all should know where these coupons are being sold. You all should know where the food is available, the different stalls, where is biryani being sold, where is sandwiches being sold, where is drinking water available. Drinking water is very important because a lot of people ask me, where can I buy drinking water? So you should be able to say that's where drinking water is available. The stalls where the different games are played. Now you'll find the different games, I don't know what they call it, some call it the pyramid. You will throw a ball and break all those tins, cans and all that. There'll be another game called feeding the monster, where you have to throw a ball into a monster's mouth. But each of these games have a name, right? So, wherever that, if someone asks you, where can I play this game? You should be able to show that's the stall. You should be able to know the names of the games. Don't worry, there will be signs will be put up. You'll be able to know where the stalls are. Toilets will be marked. Okay? Now, you must also know which are the areas which are out of bounds or areas which people are not supposed to go to. Now remember, in a venue there is an area marked out. This is where the UTSAVA will take place. This is where public will come. You'll enjoy yourself. You'll have your stalls and everything. But the public are not supposed to come inside the school building. On that day, the public are not allowed. Not only public, anybody. Nobody is allowed to come into the school building. Nobody is allowed to take a walk from behind the school and roam around. They're not allowed. So you are the people who see, the moment you see somebody going, excuse me sir, you have to talk politely. Say please, you're not allowed to go in there. You see anybody, children like I said, please don't go, come this side. So you have to know which are the areas they are not allowed into. That's very important. And of course you have to know what to do in case it rains. Now what do you do in case it rains? Suppose everybody is there, so it's not raining, what do you do? Fold umbrellas. Then, okay, I'll tell you what. At that moment, you go to the help desk, they will tell you exactly, there's a help desk. You understand? Where the teachers are sitting help desk, they immediately tell you, see, because if it's a slight drizzle, we don't want panic, people running around, we don't want. Maybe just a slight drizzle and it may stop. But you just go to the help desk and say, people are asking, suppose people start requesting, where do we go, it's going to rain. We don't want everyone to go to the main road and catch a bus and go home. Okay, we've invited all these people here, we want them to play the games, we want them to eat the food. So, what you have to do at that time is, you have to report to the help desk and they will tell you, okay, anybody who wants to come, anybody if it feels they're getting wet or they've got small babies with them or old people, you all can come into that area. Which is the area now? Where am I? I think which is the where we just had the meeting? That's the side, right?
The lobby, yeah.
Lobby, your front lobby, sorry. The front lobby where you pay your fees and all that. That front lobby where the reception is. So the crowd will be allowed up to the reception, but they will not be allowed to run inside the building. So you all will have to immediately go, the volunteers have to go and stand near the steps. Otherwise, what happens? People start running into the building. Public will start going to the building. You start to know you can't go. So volunteers, don't be afraid. On that day, we are all supporting you. You all should not be afraid to tell somebody, don't do this or don't do that because, oh, I'm just a small girl. I'm only studying in the school. I'm only studying in 6th class. Nobody will listen to me. No, they will have to listen to you. You're wearing that volunteer's badge. They have to listen to you. So, but be polite. Never be rude. Talk to people nicely, auntie, uncle, ma'am, sir. Talk in with, softly, politely. But if somebody is very troublesome and not listening, don't hit them. You just come and report at the help desk. You come to the help desk and report. Okay? So anyway, there could be problems if it rains. Now sometimes there's a panic, Somebody bursts a cracker or something and people start running. It's a very dangerous thing when too many people run. It's called a stampede. Little children can get trapped in it and everyone's running. A child falls or somebody runs over the child. So you have to be very careful if there's a crowd or something. Immediately go pull the little ones out. If you ever see there's a crowd, something happening, one child is falling, rush, move the child out of the way. Okay? Now there could be a problem if there's a quarrel or a fight. Now you find sometimes somebody at some stall, someone from the public, some boys came and they're quarreling, they're fighting. Don't try to stop the fight or anything like that. Immediately report the help desk. Help desk, you come and say, no, such and such stall, there's a fight starting over there or some trouble. Then we'll go and see. The adults, the teachers will go and stop it. You all don't try to stop the fight, but you all must be very careful and quick, report fast. Your ears must be open, your eyes must be open on that day, okay? In case of a fire, suppose while they're cooking the biryani or something, if you see a fire happening, first thing, get everybody out. You see what happens in India, when something happens, everybody likes to crowd and look. Even if they catch on fire, they like to go and look. So the first thing is, you have to pull everybody away, especially little children. They'll be in the front. If the little fellows going right in front, pull everyone away. Don't worry, the adults are there. They know what to do. Fire extinguishers. You know what a fire extinguisher is? There'll be those fire fighting equipment. It will be there. We'll be using it for extinguishing the fire. So I'm giving you a very brief talk today. You will also find sometimes one child roaming alone, very small child who is lost. There's a big crowd, mother doesn't know where the child is and the child doesn't know. And you find this child is crying, or may not be crying, maybe just walking alone on his or her own. Please keep an eye on that child, because somebody else might pick up that child and walk out of the venue. If you are in doubt, if you have some worry, you can't find the parents, just hold the child carefully, or pick the child up, a very small child, bring the child to the help desk. Okay? The same thing with lost and found. You will have, sometimes you'll suddenly find somebody's gold necklaces lying somewhere, or you may find somebody's mobile phone fallen somewhere, you might find somebody's wallet fallen. You are in a group, nobody will blame you, don't worry. Somebody who drops a wallet, since you are in a group, nobody is going to blame, oh, you took my money. No. Why did you drop it in the first place? Okay, so your job is to take it, go and give it in the help desk. Because at the help desk, somebody will announce, has anybody lost a wallet? Keys, car keys, bike keys, these are things you find lying sometimes. So be very careful about that. Okay, if you see anyone who's drunk, sometimes from the public, local villages, you find some people who are smelling of liquor. They'll come there, if they quietly come, eat and go, keep quiet. But if they are creating trouble, please immediately inform us. Don't try to talk to that person. Don't try to tell the person, don't do this, don't do that. You will not be able to handle a drunk person. All you have to do is come and report immediately, and we have our own security who will take care of that. You understand? Now, you know what time the UTSAVA is going to finish? 9 o'clock. This 9 o'clock, starting from, I would say, from about 8:30 is the most critical time. That's the time you'll find people taking something, pocketing it and running. You'll find people going away with a microphone, something from a shop. You'll find some music system, CDs going. You'll find your own friends losing their bag or this. There is confusion at that time. Starting from 8:30 onward, when we are going to close, that's the time when you have to be very alert. Immediately go and see what belongs to the school, which is the equipment which belongs to the school. Other teachers, even if it's a teacher who's put a handbag down or something, remind us, man, your handbag is here. Go around reminding, watch everybody. Till 9 o'clock, till everything closes, you have to be, all of you have to be absolutely sharp, more than the police. In fact, I would say you'll have to be much sharper than the police. Okay? So that's important. Then, if you see that one particular stall, okay, let me tell you, if you see a particular stall where everybody wants to play that game is very popular and you find a big crowd, make them all stand in a queue. Just say, excuse me, please stand in a queue, please stand in a queue. Just politely request them and let them stand in a queue. Otherwise, the person inside the stall cannot handle it. And we will lose money because nobody will play the game. You have to close the stall. So rather, we want the game to continue, but let us have some order. Let's have some method. Let's have some way of doing it properly. So if you find too much crowd in one stall, just as volunteers, you all can go and say, please stand with you. Don't worry, your turn will come. Stand with you, you can also play. You can speak to them if, and you find something everybody who won't understand English, if you can manage in Tamil or Telugu or Kannada, speak, no problem. But make sure that they all stand in a queue if there's a big crowd, okay? Then, okay, now this is very important. And again, I hope you understand what this means. I hope all of you can understand. We are only using coupons. To play a game, I have to suppose to play one game, I have to pay 10 rupees. I'll give a 10 rupee coupon and I'll play that game. If I have to buy biryani, it costs 60 rupees, then I'll take a 50 rupee coupon and then I'll take another 10 rupee coupon and I'll buy the biryani. I am never using money. I am never using money and nobody over there will be using money. So in the UTSAVA, remember one thing, if you walk around and you see cash being used, anywhere cash being used, please come and report. Please come and report immediately to the helper that in such and such stall in this game or anywhere, cash is being used. Cash is not to be used anywhere. Cash is only to be used at the coupon counter where you are buying the coupon. Do you understand that? There are certain coupon counters where you go and buy the coupon. Only there you can give cash and buy the coupon. But everywhere else, you have to use only the coupon, no cash. So if you notice something, please report. Don't fight with that person, just come and report, okay? Okay, I'm almost done. It's very important, wherever you are dealing, whomever you are dealing with, please smile. Can all of you smile? I want to see your smile. I hope all of you can smile, okay? Smile and be courteous, okay? Being courteous means talk to them nicely. Sometimes you encourage them to play. Hey, come on, try.